Hey guys, as you can see there's just a screwdriver sitting there, but today I want to go and do something I haven't done really before, and that is show you from start to finish the repair of a video game system. This one is going to be a first generation Game Boy. As you can see, it's actually in pretty solid shape, other than the fact that it's got a lot of missing lines in the screen, and as you can see as I turn the contrast down, it's missing lines on this side and it's missing lines on this side. Most people tend to throw these things away when that happens, but not me. I intend to fix it, and I'm going to show you how. As you can see, the system works other than the fact that the lines are bad. So all you need to effect this repair is a Phillips head screwdriver, a tri-wing screwdriver, which again won't focus, and a soldering iron. This one is an old one with a bent tip, but it will still work for our purposes today. As you can see, it's bent. But what we have to do is start by disassembling this Game Boy, and after I've disassembled it, I do intend to clean it a bit too. So here we go. I may cut between different things, but I will show you what's going on. First things first, remove the game and remove the batteries. This one has the original battery cover on it still, which I was very happy to see. Now, just using your tri-wing, you're going to go through and loosen all the screws that hold the back of the system together. As you can see, there are a couple down inside it as well, which for some reason today won't focus. So I've zoomed out and done what I can in order to get it to start focusing better. But again, you need to remove all the screws that hold the back of the system on. Okay, now once you've removed all the screws, the easiest thing to do is just flip the unit over. And that's why I'm doing it on a white background, so that when I do it, these screws will just sit here. Now there should be 6. I have 5, so pardon me, I had to figure out which one was missing. Now don't just willy-nilly go tearing this thing apart once you get it disconnected, because as you can see, the screen is actually connected to the back where the cartridge goes in. So you want to be very careful, and as you can see, there's a ribbon cable here that you can actually take out that connects the back to the front. See, very easy, very simple. Now, the internals on this are actually really clean, so I don't have to do anything to it, so I'm not going to. I was originally going to clean it, but as you can see, there's like nothing on this thing. It's very clean, which I'm very happy about. Which means our only problem is going to wind up being that bad screen. Now I'm just using the back of the battery cover to hold the screws. Nothing wrong with doing that. It's perfectly fine, doesn't hurt anything. What I'm also going to do right now is get the iron hot. So once you have this, you need to take out all these screws that hold the front on. That wasn't a screw, that was a screw. That's where the Phillips head comes in. Sorry about that. It takes a second for the light to start balancing in. Now once you've removed all of the screws that are holding the system in, you can slowly pull it up. The other thing to keep in mind is that this thing has been together since 1989. So you just have to go slow. Use a screwdriver to kind of pull it up slowly. So here's the part where some people might get a little bit weirded out, because what you have to do next is you have to lift up the little strip that's on here that allows you to have access to the pins. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then we'll see where we go from there. Okay, sorry about that. The battery died, and it may die again. So as you can see, what I've done is I've reattached the screen to the base and put batteries in it, and that allows me to do this. And as you can see quite clearly, I have a bunch of dark lines. Now I don't know if it's how well it's gonna, you see that? by adding a little bit of pressure, I'm able to bring those lines back. What we're going to do is we are going to take a little bit of heat and apply it to this ribbon in order to reactivate the glue that is on it so that these lines will come back. Now you don't want to go very hard on these because you could potentially melt it. And as you can see, they will start to come back. And I'm barely touching it, and in fact, in a couple of places, I'm not touching it at all. Now that I've added some heat, I can go through and push them down, and as they cool off, they will solidify back onto the screen. So now, as you can see, all those lines on that side are now repaired. Okay, so I had to give it a little bit of extra time here in order for the system to cool down so that these bars would attach completely and start working correctly. And just to show you that I did the repair correctly, as you can see, all the lines work. And as I lighten it up, you'll see that you can read that this is in fact Tiny Toon Adventures. And as it loads up, I will find the right adjustment. So yeah. There you go. What I'm going to do now is reassemble the system. Again, it doesn't need any additional cleaning, so I'm happy there. And then I will come back and show you this system fully assembled. Here we go. Completed and repaired unit. Back together. I still haven't cleaned it. There's just basically the dirt mark there. I did wipe off the screen a little bit. But yeah, let's turn it on and see if my efforts paid off. There's the Nintendo logo. And of course, being a first generation Nintendo, it's almost impossible to see the screen. But as you can see, all the lines work again. So there you go. Yay! I'm going to turn the sound off now. But as you can see, it took me about 15 minutes in total, mainly because the ribbon was a little bit drier than I was expecting and it needed to be heated up more. And for what it basically amounts to $6, I now have a fully functioning Game Boy. So that's nice, and I'm going to add it into my collection. So there they are. Toys R Us edition, Starlight Gold SP, and the DMG 001 Game Boy. So they'll be up there on display until I change everything up again, which I fully intend to do because I've decided to do more of my gaming in my living room and just leave this as a office. So yeah, there you go. Simple, easy. I wanted to just do one of these videos because I think that repairing things is preferable to just replacing. And again, you should never store batteries in a game unit, especially if you don't play it very often, which, let's face it, I will probably never play this again since I have the Game Boy Advance and the Game Boy SP, as well as my DS's and 3DS and all the other systems. Speaking of Nintendo, though, I do wonder, what is your guys' opinion on the Switch? Do you think that it's going to be successful, or do you think it's going to flop and it's basically going to be a Nintendo version of a Steam box? I know it's kind of odd to put it at the end of this video, but since we are talking about Nintendo, I figured it was worthy of it. So yeah, leave me an answer, leave me a comment. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and please feel free to subscribe. We're at about 175 subscribers now, which means I'm just about 75 shy of reaching my 250 goal for the year. And I know that we can do that as a channel if we work together. So please, hook me up. I cut my thumb, and my facial recognition thinks it's a face. Sad, damaged face. go bye-bye.